Act 1. The Ancient Horror and the Baron's Greed. The story begins in the time of King Solomon, where his kingdom is being torn apart by monstrous clay golems his wife created as an act of revenge. In a desperate attempt to save his people, Solomon traps these 12 mindless, deadly abominations in a vault deep beneath the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, sealing them away for eternity. We then jump forward centuries to 1185 AD, during the final years of the First Kingdom of Jerusalem. Here, we meet Baron Gregory De L'Ombre, a resentful, greedy, and hate-filled French nobleman. Driven by the loss of his wife and a thirst for absolute power, he has spent years searching for the secret vault. The Baron is a brutal leader who rules his household and mercenaries through fear, control, and pain, a stark contrast to his brother, Sir William. William, a knight wounded in the Crusades, was treated and later adopted by a wealthy Christian Arab after being rejected by Gregory. Now afflicted with leprosy, William lives in a nearby compound, building loyalty through trust and respect rather than fear. The two brothers are clearly on a collision course. The Baron uses a small army of slaves and mercenaries to dig tunnels under Jerusalem, relentlessly searching for Solomon's seal, also known as Aldab's ring, and a specific book of artifacts that will allow him to reanimate and control the golems. Act 2. The Djinn strikes. While the Baron digs, a living legend begins to terrorize him, the Djinn. A creature of smoke and shadow, he appears and disappears magically, striking at the Baron's forces. In one early, iconic scene, the Djinn appears to a knight named Horatio and his squire, Samuel. He magically dangles Horatio in the air for a polite chat and then vanishes in a puff of brimstone, terrifying the men. These attacks are more than just scares. The Djinn is systematically freeing the Baron's slaves and attacking his thugs. No man dares stand against him. The Baron, however, dismisses the Djinn as a superstitious figment of his troops' imaginations, preferring to use the rumors to manipulate them. He refuses to believe that the creature is real, focusing obsessively on his mission to find the ring. The Baron's daughter, Isabella, is the only person he cares for. He treats her like a precious possession and longs to finish his work and return with her to France. But unbeknownst to her father, Isabella knows the Djinn quite well and fears the creature may one day be forced to kill him. The one-dimensional nature of the Baron's ambition is highlighted by his willingness to sacrifice anyone for his goal. The mercenary Gerard, an excellent but morally bad fighter, and even a Hashishin, an assassin, go toe-to-toe with the Djinn. Each time, the Djinn proves to be a formidable and elusive foe, striking from the shadows. Act 3. The Trap and the Truth. The tension escalates when Baron Gregory finally receives infallible proof that the Djinn is not a myth. Realizing the Djinn is a tangible threat determined to stop him, the Baron sets an intricate trap to ensnare him. While the book plays coy with the Djinn's identity for much of the story, the Baron discovers it in the middle of the novel. The Djinn's secret relationship with Isabella is a key plot point, though some reviewers felt her character was incomplete and her final actions seemed to come out of nowhere. Act 4. The Final Confrontation and Aftermath. The climax involves a desperate struggle. The Baron is determined to capture or destroy the Djinn, while the Djinn is equally determined to stop the Baron from ever reaching the vault. The resurrection of the golems would not just give the Baron power, it would unleash an uncontrollable catastrophe that could destroy the world. The book concludes with a mostly satisfactory, if somewhat neat and predictable, ending. The fate of Baron Gregory, William, Isabella, and the Djinn is sealed. However, the overarching conflict sets the stage for the larger Nightshades saga, as the Djinn must then lead his army of Nightshades to save the Holy Land from the consequences of the Baron's ambition.